Hey gang, welcome to a list video. We haven't done one of these in a while, and we're bringing them back. We're going to try to do one every week. They're really easy to do. The lists are fun to make, and I believe they're going to be on Friday. So if this is Friday and it's up, that's the day. If it's Saturday or Sunday, I'm fucking late like normal. But we're going to do a list, and we've decided, putting a limit on the list is just we have our new logo, our new saying of no fucks given, and that's exactly what happens here. We don't give a fuck about the list's numbers, okay? You might have 2 on there, you might have 25 on there. We don't care. So we're not going to put top 10. No, it's just going to be whatever the fuck we come up with. So when I run out of fucking ideas, that's where I stop. Technically, today I had 16, but I ended up with 18 at the end with 2 kind of thrown in there. So, today's list is silent films, and all of these lists are lists that Ian and myself have done in the past, and we're just kind of going back and doing them and seeing, maybe how much they've changed. I'm not going to see how much they changed because I'm not going to go back and watch those videos. Not happening. And to open it up for, anybody that wants to do these, Mike, Harry, Bob of the North, um, I wanted to come up with a cool name for you, Jay, but Banjo Jay from West Virginia. Anyway, let's do silent films. I'm going to go from top to bottom. No, let's go. The top 5 are the only ones that count in order. The rest of them are not in order, so I'll go from the bottom. The Man Who Laughs, 1928. Paul Lenny. Very, very good movie. Very artistic. It's one thing about silent movies that I really love is the amount of energy and just plain love and art that's thrown into these. Without the spoken word, it's hard to convey. It's all on the actors at that point. It's all on them. The witty dialogue, you can't just sit there and memorize your lines. It's all on you. And I think that these movies that I have on this list do that the best. Man Who Laughs, the character's disfigured. He has a clown-like look with a really creepy smile. It was the inspiration for the Joker by Bob Kane and Bill Finger, who created Batman back in the late 30s, early 40s. Metropolis is going to be on everybody's list probably. Anybody that does a top whatever list, at least a top 20, it's going to be on there. If I went past 20, I don't, maybe. This isn't my favorite by far. That's why it's kind of late on the list as I just thought of it. It's very long. I wrote it down. It's over 2 hours long. It's a little much. It is beautiful and it is fucking fantastic. But yeah, Metropolis. I don't have to talk about that too much. One that I just revisited, number 14, The Lodger from 1927, of course, directed by Sir Hitchcock, and quite a movie, quite a thriller. How about that? Very suspenseful, very dark. It's based loosely on Jack the Ripper, so it's a fun movie. It really is. 1927, another Paul Lenny movie, Cat and the Canary. Once again, a movie that relies heavily on acting. The acting, the not only expressions and cameras and lighting and all that, but the work the actors put into with their emotion, the way their body language is, throws this. It is kind of a horror movie, horror thriller. It makes it even better than it could be. And a lot of these movies, if you guys that don't watch silent movies because you have to read the cards, there's not a lot of cards in a lot of these. Hitchcock barely ever used them. It's just watching the movie. You can figure out what's going on. You know what's going on. Sometimes you're kind of lost, and it's just like, what the hell's he doing? But a lot of it is, yeah, you get it. You get it. And you're getting a movie that not only is as good as most modern movies. To me, they're better than most modern movies. It's not what you thought. You know, these are feature movies. These are hour and a half movies, and like Metropolis, over 2 hours. And they're really, really interesting films. Number 12, 1928, The Circus with Charlie Chaplin. Just came out on Criterion. Fantastic fucking movie. Another Chaplin at number 11, Modern Times, 1936. The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, 1920. Fucking amazing horror movie from the 20s. Just the visuals, you know, because they don't have what we have today. They have very little to work with, so they rely on tricks and gadgets and shit to make things work. And while it doesn't look like it would today, it gives you the same feeling. It doesn't have to have computer graphics in it to be a good film. You know, it's all about what's presented, you know. Number 9, Faust, 1926. F.W. Murnau. I don't know. Whatever. What did I say? 1926. This is one that I found just on a whim to buy and blew me the fuck away. Just absolutely fantastic. Some of the best special effects in silent films are in this movie. The Golem from 1915. Not even going to try to butcher this dude's name. The director, not even coming close. If it starts with an S with 2 dots above it and a bunch of vowels, nope, not trying it. Nope, Mr. S. How about that? This is 1915. This is a spectacular fucking movie. You have to think, this is 1915. This is over 100 years old and magnificent. I just bought this movie last month on Blu-ray, so I'm going to give it a watch pretty soon and get to see it in its full glory, its beautiful glory, see how they restored it. I do have a copy that's very, very bad transfer, and I'm very eager to see what has been done. Here's a from Dreyer, 1928, Passion of Joan of the Arc. Joan of Arc, not Joan of the Arc. She's not of the Arc. She don't live in there. It's Passion of Joan of Arc. I do have it is on Criterion. It is a magnificent movie. It's one of the first. I'll credit it with one of the first silent movies to really get me. Like, wow, you know, this shit is fucking phenomenal. Now, Chaplin I've been a fan of Chaplin for a very long time, but that's slapstick, that's funny, keeps you entertained all the way through. But to watch a drama, silent drama, it's way different than watching something that's just somebody falling over shit and using props and stuff like that. Not that that's not magnificent, but this is, wow. This is one that really made me think I need to go and find some more silent films and watch these. And I was so impressed with this. Such a good story. Another one that I bought after Joan of Arc because I thought, my favorite silent film coming up in a minute is a horror film. And I thought, let's check some of these out. And that's the Phantom Carriage from 1921. And it is absolutely amazing. It is. I don't want to talk about these too much because these silent films usually have such a simple plot, but it's the way they tell it that's really amazing. So I don't want to spend much time telling you the story. I just want you to see these things. These are all, really, and I'm not even just saying it because it's a favorite of mine. These are all really well done movies. Even at the end of the day, if you still don't say you like silent film, I'm not a fan, you have to say that, man, this is really good. If you sit down and give it a chance, you'll really enjoy it. And Phantom Carriage is one of them. Number 5, here's where we go into the top 5. These are the ones that count. Gold Rush. I've loved Gold Rush since the first time I've seen it. It has moved up and down my list a little bit. It is number 5 now. 1925. Of course, it's Charlie Chaplin. And it's just funny as fuck. A new one to the top, Destiny. I didn't know about this. 1924 Fritz Lang film. Ian actually turned me on to this one, and I ordered it and sat down and watched it. And I watched it twice in that same day. I put 2 fingers out under the count, like I could have went up here, but whatever. Watched it twice that same day because I wanted to see more of it, to see, to look at more things than just what was going on. And a lot of times, if there's not a lot of dialogue cards and you're trying to watch it, you're watching the people and watching the story, but you're not giving it its all because there's so much in the outside of the actor, outside of that little picture of the actors going on, or the set, stuff like that. Another one, Phantom Carriage is like that. Dr. Caligari is like that. There's so much special stuff there that once you watch the story, I wanted to watch as a whole, the big picture, as you say. So I did watch it twice in one day. Fell in love with it instantly. Number 3, City Lights, 1931, Chaplin. A love story and a phenomenal movie. Just one of his best. Not his best because it's coming up next. At number 2, 1921, The Kid. This is my favorite Chaplin movie. This is an amazing piece of art. And number 1, my favorite silent film of all time, F.W. Murrow's Nosferatu, 1922. Story of Dracula without being able to use Dracula. So there's the top silent films. So see you later.